All right, here. Oh, man. Well, phone call coming in already. I don't want to talk to this person. That's going to be a no for right now. Got so much work to do. Look at all this stuff. I've got like 3,000 emails in my inbox. I've got this booklet of students' pictures. I'm trying to memorize their names. I've got one to-do list here. I've got another to-do list here. I've got another one over here. And I know I have to get an email out to staff. I got that message from district office that I got to get back to. But, geez, I don't even know where to start. Well, I'll put on some music to start my, to help me focus a little bit. That'll be. The boss usually helps me with things like that, so we'll be good there. Oh, what's this? Oh, a fantasy football roster. Got to get going on that. He's got a bye this week. All right. Well, have to see what's going on. Oh, Mr. Vidum texted me again. All right. Yep. Got it. Okay. All right. Now, first thing, let's go to my inbox. We'll go to my emails first here. Whew. I have emails that I haven't opened from September of 2019. That's not good. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep this job. Well, that looks a little too daunting for me right now. Maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll go to eSchool and I'll see whose birthday it is coming up, and I'll put an Instagram thing out for them and a Facebook thing. Maybe that's a good way to spend my time. Okay. I got that list. I can get that done pretty quickly. I don't even know how to begin though. There's so much other stuff I got to do. How am I gonna do this?
Time out, Mr. Adams. It seems like you're a little disorganized here and frankly, procrastinating just a bit. And I think that you are not unlike some of our students at home on those remote days when they have so much work to do. Most of it is virtual and they don't know where to begin. So I think it would be a really good idea if we went over some tips that might help you. And the number one tip is setting up your workspace at home. So this mess right here, I'm taking it with me.
Well, as usual, Mrs. Boland, you're right. I do suffer from organizational weakness, and I also procrastinate a little bit too much. So the first thing I'm going to do with setting up my space for learning is I'm going to put this phone away. I know, it's going to be tough, but it needs to be done. The phone's away. My materials are a little bit better organized here. There's still a lot that I need to get through, but I've got it all in one spot, and it's not all over the place. And just the appearance of it makes me feel like it's possible for me to get the work done that I need to. Another thing, after you set up your learning space, and keep in mind, your learning space really can be anywhere. As long as it's a place where you can do your work, that's going to be just fine. Kitchen table was always my place when I was growing up, but yours could be anywhere within your house that works for you and your family. The second thing we'd like to suggest is setting up a schedule for yourself, as you can see right over here. With our schedule that you see up here, and we can give everybody a template that looks just like this. This is personalized to my life as if I were a Hamburg Middle School student. So my last name is Adams. I would be in cohort A. I would have been in school on Monday and Tuesday, and then comes Wednesday, and you can see the Wednesday schedule here. Wednesdays, of course, would start with my advisory time, where I would meet with my advisor along with 7 or 8 other Hamburg Middle School students, and we'd meet from about 9 o'clock to 9:20 or so. From there, I'd want to make sure that I'm looking at throughout the morning, I want to look at the Google Classrooms for each of my classes. I know that by noon, those week at a glances would be posted in my teacher's Google Classrooms, and I can get a sense as to what my week will look like, both when I'm working remotely and when I'm in person. I also want to keep in mind I've got a band lesson coming up. I want to meet with my math teacher for some questions I have about the work that we've done during that teacher's office hours. And of course, the clubs that I'm part of might be meeting during this time as well. So that's your Wednesday. Thursday and Friday is where we see the real challenges for our cohort A students. Conversely, we see Monday and Tuesday being the real challenges for our cohort B students. That's the time when sort of the expectation is, or the hope is, that our Hamburg Middle School students are adopting many of the behaviors of successful college students, where they're not in school as much, but they're expected to do a whole lot more on their own. And that involves being super organized, and it also involves avoiding procrastination. Take a look at the schedule we put up here. It's not exactly the school schedule, but it follows what a schedule could be. So again, as a middle school student for cohort A, on Thursdays and Fridays, I'd want to make sure by 10 a.m. I'm checking in with my advisor just to make sure that person knows that I'm okay and everything's fine. And if it's not, that I'm sharing that information with them or just reaching out for a little bit of a call to help. We go basically in the same order of what our schedule would look like. So between 9 and 9:50 or so, we'd have our English class, or between 9 and 9:30, we'd have our English class. From there, we'd move on to social studies. And from there, we'd go to phys ed and chorus. And I'd be just checking the Google Classrooms for each of those classes to see what I owe. The thing that we really want to make sure that students are aware of is the to-do function on each of the Google Classrooms, because that gives the assignments that are coming up that are due for that particular class. That's so important. You can also click on the tab that has the missing work to see what you owe for those classes as well. Be good to yourself during this time also during remote learning. Take that lunch break. Make sure you're taking some time to get outside if it's nice out. Get some exercise. That'll be part of your phys ed routine as well. But a big part of this is making sure that everybody's healthy, everybody's safe. That's why we're doing the hybrid system in the first place. So make sure you're taking care of yourselves as well. As you begin to feel less stressed because you're chiseling away at more of the work that's assigned to you, you are going to feel better, you're going to feel more confident, and you're going to be that much more of a successful, not just student, not just in terms of grades, but your overall well-being. And that's really what we want for all of you and all of us at Hamburg Middle School.
All right, thank you, Mr. Adams, for that. And before we go, kids, just 2 more quick tips, okay? Number 1, check your email and your Google Classrooms every day. Check in with your advisor every day. I have recommended to Mr. Adams, and hopefully he's going to take my advice, that he delete some of the emails in his inbox just to stay current. It can be a little overwhelming when you have 3,645 emails in your inbox. So if we're starting with 0...
She's really exaggerating there.
No, I have proof. If you're starting with 0, then it's easier to stay on top of things. So delete your inbox, go to 0, and then in your email every day, just check what's most current and delete it when you're done with it. Also, if you have questions, you know where to turn. Turn to your teachers. They all have email. Email them with your questions, with your concerns. Doesn't have to be just during their office hours. You can send them an email whenever, and they'll get back to you as soon as they can. Okay, might not be instantaneous, might be the next day, but they will get back to you, and we are all in this together, and I know you guys can do this.
Thank you so much for this, Mrs. Boland. Thank you, everybody, for watching also. To our Hamburg Middle School students, to the Bulldogs out there, we truly do believe in you. We know that you can do this. We know that this year is nothing like you could have ever anticipated. The remote days, the days that you're home doing your work, are challenging to be sure. We're trying to share with you some things that will help you become more successful with that. As you continue to grow as students and learn, your grades are going to go up, but even more than that, you're just going to become more ready for those things that come at you in life, and you're going to be much better able to adjust to those things that you face in the future. You're doing amazing. Reach out for help, though, when you need it. We know you can do this. Thanks for what you're doing so far this school year. Can't wait for the rest.